Welcome to Analytics are for the nerds. We are a week out from the Super Bowl, and it's National Plum Pudding Day, which means nothing. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Once again, gentlemen, I'm sorry about losing your boner. So sorry.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth. 100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the mouth,
feet.
I'm sure.
So many feet.
I gotta tell you, I am, you know this about me, you've been around for 20 years, you know I'm like 15 years late to a trend, but I'm also like 10 years before the next trend. I could rock out a visor, I think. I could rock it every day, and not for a long time, because eventually that trend will spill again. But I think tomorrow I can go out and people are like, he's rocking it. He's doing it right. He's doing it.
Hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Beanie Sister. What's up?
I look handsome, so I'm going to take this off.
I like a good handsome girl.
It was handsome. I was a good handsome girl. Just prepping for Valentine's Day. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I know you're a little under the weather.
Little under the weather. So if you are an audio listener, you're welcome. And then visuals. But I did just dye my hair, so I have a very, very prominent widow's peak right now. I don't know why. It just happened that way. But yeah, I'm no football, so I'm just ready for 81 weeks of baseball. Very excited.
And we have somebody missing. Ryan is missing currently. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not. Yeah, he's not here right now. He's got a couple. His kids. He's attending to his kids. He was here for the pre-show. He ran away. Kids are the worst. They really are, and they just eat up so much of your time and responsibility. Don't care at all about your podcast schedule. Hopefully they're both doing fine, and we might even see Ryan at some point.
Yeah, we think he's going to come back, but I mean, is this a weird time to say thoughts and prayers? That sounds aggressive, right? Just hope your kids get better. They just probably had, I don't know what kids do. They eat milk or I don't know, whatever.
They eat milk. Yeah.
You know, normal kids.
I don't think you know how kids work. We've had a lot of conversations the last few weeks that make me feel like you would not be the best babysitter.
So great babysitter. As a child grown up, we had these dolls, and you would feed them, and there would be like plastic peas, and you'd put them in a spoon, and you'd put in the baby's mouth, and the peas would go away, and like weird milk, like orange juice and milk, and turn the bottom. It was like so no, I have no idea how kids work. I like it a lot. I'm a great aunt, not like a
yeah.
But more importantly, my two good boys, they're turning 8 on Saturday. So that's why I don't know what kids, because I'm like,
boys, I saw a post of one of them standing on a table. I mean, 8 years old. I think that's time to start getting some of those bad habits out of the way now.
Yeah, no, I'm garbage. I am garbage.
Okay. Just wondering. Want to bring in our guest?
Yeah, so we have someone who is very. Oh, that was a great intro.
Right.
Wow.
So, you can still intro him. I just pulled him out.
So we have a very amazing guest today. Very, very funny. A very brilliant, kind, thoughtful, well-versed in so many things. And our dear friend Rick Matthews is here. Hi, Rick.
Hi, guys. What's up?
Well, I dyed my hair, and now my widow's pick. No.
I like it. No, I was busy. I just ran over. I was at your other podcast partner's house. I was scaring his kids from outside the window, so I had to do all to myself. Like I just like I was like, "Rah!" They're like, "Oh, Dad," and then I was like, "Ah, now it's my podcast, motherfuckers."
We all get kids. We all get them. Awesome. So it's so nice to see you. I know if you are new to Rick Matthews' audience, huge Buffalo Bills fan, you are a season ticket holder, and you do sit with Louie and friend of the pod.
You'd be wrong.
They don't sit with us.
You guys drink pops together before the game.
Yeah, we tailgate together and stuff, but no, we don't sit together.
Ooh.
And you said drink pops, like I know you were saying that like shittily, like we get hammered or like assumptuous. We have the most old guy tailgate that there is, and I love it.
I got 0 hammered tailgates this year. Like I did zero, like I'm not saying I didn't drink alcohol the whole time, like I definitely did, but I wouldn't even say I was like a little buzzed this year. Like I was really just like low key hanging out this year.
Huh.
We do it right. I mean, we have a good setup. We eat well. You know, we always eat good. Someone's always on a Rick's always whipping something up or whatever. And we alcohol is like 5th on the list of things we look forward to.
Oh,
and it's like, but it's the only thing we haven't forgotten yet, which is funny. like we've forgotten the grill on the day we were gonna grill stuff. Like we've done stuff like that. But we've always got like, well, Lou just has the same beer in his truck all the time, like, which sucks for the really cold games, and for like the home opener that sucks too because it's hot because it's September, and it's also been been
in there since the last game of the year.
Skunky beer from the playoff game, so yeah, it's like been frozen and thawed out 4 separate times. And, it's
yeah, it sounds like a fun time. So sorry I missed it. I'm really sorry.
Botulism makes you not want to get hammered.
No, it's good. It's fun. And I will say, this is going to sound whatever. I've had your coleslaw. It's fantastic. So you do cook well.
You're going to go coleslaw? That's what you're going to go to?
She's a vegetarian.
See, thanks for remembering.
Yeah, so that's what I made. Like when I cook for like the parties and shit like that, like I've always got a couple of vegetarian dishes. I'm not good with making vegan dishes. Like that's really hard and like it's like intimidating. Because I'm always afraid of like what I'm gonna cook with. You know, I'm always afraid that I'll just cook with butter without thinking about it. You know, and then I'll just be like, fuck, like I just ruined it.
Yeah. No, I get it. Well, thank you for your kindness and cooking. Ryan is here. Welcome, Ryan. And then you just saw Rick outside your window.
Hey, man.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Sorry about that.
Everything good and everyone's alive.
Yes. Yeah. We were dealing with some stomach bugs over here. So, I'll be listening out. So, but I think we're okay. We're stable right now.
Yeah. Good luck tomorrow.
All kids have super power cold. It was like the worst, just a cold I've ever seen. Like it was just knocked out, just head cold, mucusy, gross. Just.
I mean, this is why you guys should go to my dog's 8th birthday party on Saturday.
Wait, are you really throwing a party? Are you that person? Are you throwing the party?
That's cool. No, that's awesome.
I have not to plug it, a Bandits game on Saturday. So I'll be celebrating their birthday on Sunday, where I take them to the park and let them enjoy. I hate me. Guys, I'm sorry. Let's move on and talk about sports for once, okay? So we just had a Super Bowl game that went a lot better than any of us could ever have imagined. So let's break it down.
Wait, before we start this, I should not have done this, but I did. I know you're not feeling great, and I know you're still not loving to talk about football. You're still not ready to talk football. You're so pissed off about the Bills, all that stuff. So I did record you while we were talking out of studio, and I just figured I'd share that so you don't have to talk about the Super Bowl directly here. So just real quick.
First off, I just want to take a second to thank Ryan and Louie for being great co-hosts. You ladies can probably tell how hard it is for me to sit here around these 2 hunks each and every week. Louie is absolutely the funniest person I know. And that's saying a lot because, not to brag, I know a lot of funny people. As far as the Super Bowl goes, I just want to say fuck the Chiefs. fuck Harrison Bucker, that corny ass woman hater, and fuck Patrick Mahomes, that goofy, ugly, Kermit the Frog sounding motherfucker. I'm glad the Eagles won, even though I don't find Nick Sirianni attractive at all, seeing that he way too young for me. You know who was a hot Eagles coach? Dick Vermeil, 8 years young, and I'm pretty sure he's not even wearing diapers yet. Unlike our toddler of a president, Donald Trump, who literally cannot control his shit cannon and has known to be one of the smelliest farters in the world. With that, I guess I'll just say be good. Do good, God bless, and go Bills.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I spent so much time on that today, and it's my best creation. It's my best contribution to this podcast.
Now, I don't want to besmirch it, but right away, one, you should have made it sound more like a conversation. Because you're saying you caught it in like trapped audio, but it was basically a statement from a podium. I love that Dick Vermeil is 8 years old.
I did. After I had already saved it, like, you know, to me, getting a file that worked was the most important thing. And I wanted so badly to go back and change 8 to 88 with the words, but I'm like, I will fuck up the whole thing somehow and I'll like clear it. And then I like the last 4 hours of my life would be for nothing. So
I can't wait for you to forget to cancel your premium AI subscription and have to pay fucking $95 a year for the next 10 years.
That was so good. I'm so excited. Shit cannon. I'm very excited by that. That is fun.
Right. Now we can talk about
so glad. I'm glad you gave your entire business the day off today so you could work and lose thousands of dollars for that clip. So I'm seriously very touched and
they're not. They say AI is taking our jobs. It's only taking Louie's job because it's just pulling him away from doing real work.
Yeah, that's
so good. Thank you. That was and also 8 for life. You know. All right. So again,
no, we can
if you guys want to add anything to my my monologue, but let's talk Super Bowl. So a lot happened and a lot didn't happen. Let's talk not halftime yet, but let's talk about surprises, any tackles that you love to watch. Overall thoughts? What do you guys got?
I'm a big fan of watching Mahomes' face be sad. Like you don't see it enough where like, I mean, you see it every game. You see like this little flash of like spoiled little rich asshole, like jerk kid. You know what I mean? Like, but man, the whole game, he looks sad. Like the whole game. And to see Travis Kelce look sad, that's nice. I enjoy that. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time only because for the longest time have thought the Eagles were frauds. And I'm
glad you brought this up because I was bringing it up in my time. So I'll let you go.
All right. So listen, I'm at a crossroads here, right? You know, sometimes you're presented with information that makes you question your beliefs, your opinions, and you can either, you know, change your opinion and take in that information, or you can be an American and you can stand your ground and say, no, I'm digging in here. Here's what I think. I think the Eagles have a really good roster around Jalen Hurts. I think Hurts played well in the Super Bowl. He played well in the playoff run. But he's not, you know, a difference-making quarterback, in my opinion. He is good in the system. So good. You were able to beat the Chiefs. I hate this copycat league thing where you feel like everyone is constantly giving you the new way to beat the Chiefs, where that really isn't like, you know, we're constantly every year. It's like, oh, we're going to chase this approach. We're going to chase that approach. Like just, you know, get some high quality talent in on receiver and head on your draft picks. And then I think we're talking. Yes. All right, fine. Go ahead. The Mura clock is up. All right. I was off for the first 10 minutes of the show, so I'm just making up some time here.
Did you guys see that that stat about Patrick Mahomes Sr.?
I watched him get into like a fight outside of the stadium.
With
Yeah.
John Rocker.
So that he's the only family member with a three-peat. So he has a 2008 charge with DWI, 2018 charge with the DWI, and then 2024 charge with felony DWI. Did you guys see that?
No,
so
but
he
that's
was
great.
partying really hard in Vegas. There was some like reports that he was just, so I feel bad for Patrick. I will say, because I know it's fun to shit on them. It must be a lot to carry when you just want someone to focus on you and your dad's like doing that and your brother.
He's literally, I mean, I think that was the night before the Super Bowl that he got caught like fighting with John Rocker, which is crazy. But
like, who do you root for in that fight? Like, you can't. You just have to sit there.
Oh my God!
Throw stuff at both of them. Yeah, like you just have to hit them with your car.
Yeah, and of course the Barstool idiots like jumped right on it. They got him fighting now at one of those rowdy. What is it? What are they? Their pay-per-views where they just let people fight. Like they legit saw it on Twitter, and within 12 hours they had them signed for a fight on Rough and Rowdy or whatever they are. So whatever. I hope they both knock each other out. As far as the game, real quick, like obviously super surprising. I had a little bit of action on Dotson first touchdown, and then I had I had Dotson -6.5, or sorry, Eagles -6.5 alternate line with a Dotson touchdown, which would have paid like a couple grand. The first touchdown was like 70-1 on like a $10 bet. Like that would have been nice. So that 1 yard really screwed me. But besides that, I have I guess as a Bills fan, it makes me feel a little bit better that I think that team that day, that Philly team would have beat us. They played about as good of a game as they could have, and I think that they would have handled us. So it makes me feel a little bit better. If the Chiefs would have won, I would have always felt like we got screwed out of the Super Bowl again, because of refs. So
getting blown out of the Super Bowl, like I can't handle any outcome at this point except for a Super Bowl win. Like, because being 7-9 for like 12 years in a row, that sucked. And then getting to the playoffs and losing right away sucked. And then winning a couple times in the playoffs and losing, that sucks. And I don't want to do any of it anymore, and I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I have my big meeting next week for the tickets. I'm excited.
Ooh, have fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be excited about that.
I'm excited about it because the people who sit right behind us already had theirs, and the price is lower than I thought it was going to be. So I'm on board.
Yeah, okay. I also get excited for colonoscopies, right?
I just got one.
Wait, listen, he legit was not around for the colonoscopy.
Yeah, he wasn't. We were going to talk about that.
I mean,
really?
They were both just talking about the pre-show colonoscopy.
Mine has to be scheduled the next like a month or two, so not to Brett.
Yeah, I just had one. It was the colonoscopy itself is fine. The torrential diarrhea for like 24 hours ahead of time, that's the fucking part that's not fun. Like it sounded like a gas station cappuccino machine at some point, like coming out of my asshole, like just it was like so bad. Like it was so much food. Like it was like a power washer. Like it.
That's it. I will never get that out of my head. That sound, the thought of that sound is great.
Yeah.
My doctor. So I had to go to one early because I was having some issues, and then my doctor gave me this is just my life though. This isn't just my gut health, but my doctor gave me medication, and it was making the situation better. And then but I needed to go back for a colonoscopy in 2 years. And of course I blew him off. And then like 6 months after I blew it off, the medication had ran out, my refills. And he was like, I can't just keep on giving you this stuff if you won't do what I ask you to do. And so I'm a year later and I still haven't gotten the second one. And
you really fooled that one.
Yeah. So I might I might need to go in. Allie, can we do a 2-for-1? Can
Yeah,
we?
let's do it.
Ooh, ass to ass.
Yes, I got us a ride. We're good.
We got us a ride.
I'll do it.
Go ahead, Rick.
No, I said I'll pick you guys up.
So nice.
One
But
thing
not
that
drop
came,
us off.
It was weird. Like I woke up. I feel it was really weird to be like the anesthesia is always weird. Like I woke up halfway through. I feel like, and it was just like it didn't feel bad. Like it was all right. Like
Kyle
I might be into
Turner.
stuff.
Now that we're talking about asses, Kyle Turner was up for his whole. He was awake for his whole one, like his whole thing. He
Oh,
they didn't give him enough to fall asleep, and he was awake the whole time.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
He got his at Walgreens.
Knowing Kyle to save a couple
It
bucks.
was right next to it was the blood pressure cuff thing, and then there was like just a colonoscopy.
Just a one stop.
Yeah.
The one thing that did happen in the Super Bowl is none of Allie's players from our touchdown draft scored. And the punishment for that, Rick, you weren't here, was that whoever lost would have to sing Allie's #1 pump up song, which is Wonderwall. So
we don't have to do that this week, though.
you want to do that this week because you're trying to get your lungs?
We already talked about colonoscopy.
I want you to do it this week.
Recap.
I'm the guest. You should do it.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm like.
I'll sing it with you. It's fine.
Rick wasn't part of the thing. Me and Ryan are going to watch.
I had a really good parlay I had a bunch of nonsense, and it kind of hinged on Barkley having a great day, and then all the nonsense came through. But if Barkley would have had 125 yards and 2 touchdowns, I would have been sitting on $11,000. You know what I mean? But all the other bullshit happened. But Barkley didn't get touchdowns, or I was like, oh, fucking.
That's where Allie screwed up. Allie's first pick, and we had a touchdown draft, and whoever had the most touchdown or whoever had the least amount of touchdowns was going to have to sing Wonderwall. And her first pick was Barkley, which obviously should have been the first pick.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that it was the least amount of touchdowns. I thought it was just the the highest scoring. I thought we were playing high score.
Well, why would the high scorer sing the song? It was the one that did the worst, which was
still me. Yeah. Well, whatever.
That was the worst negotiation of all time.
Yeah.
She's yeah, but hold on. I didn't know. I thought we were trying to suck at this game. I thought.
No, it's fine. I did say that Bill Belichick's girlfriend is so hot, and I'm so happy for her. And I love that it's making people angry. And I love how gross he is. And she is such a babe. I love it. That makes me so happy.
I'm not happy with you calling him gross. He is on his come up. He is happier than he's ever been.
No, I love that.
And he's in his midlife crisis, and he's doing well. Do not. I don't
mean gross. I just mean not attractive. That's all. You know what I mean. And also as a person who loves lacrosse, and he's recruiting for lacrosse, and he's bringing more attention to the game, and UNC is going to be interesting against the Ohio State, right? Right, Ryan. So there's he does a lot for the sport, and I love that he showed up with his ring. So we're soul sisters that way, He's
having fun right now. He is.
I love it.
The pressure's off. He's got a job. He's getting paid a lot for the job, but it's really for him. It's going to be like he was the GM and head coach for the most successful franchise in football history. He did everything, and now he gets to do it but for college, it's still a big program. It's still he's still going to get to do the thing he loves, but he gets to have so much more fun doing it now.
Yeah. Speaking of fun and good stuff, Gisele Bündchen just had her baby. So how do we think that's going to affect Tom Brady this offseason?
He's going to spiral. This is going to be so much fun. Watching Tom Brady become Danny Bonaducci is going to be the best time of my life.
Dude,
it's not going to be a hot boy summer for him.
His face is morphing into something not okay. I mean, I am not one for plastic surgery, male or female, anyways. But whatever he is doing is it's almost scary. like how his face is transforming into.
No, he's gonna go like Michael Jackson. Like he's gonna be so in 20 years, Tom Brady is gonna look like Joan Rivers. Like it's gonna be crazy.
I'm here for it. I love
I
it.
feel like he is right now. He looks like the like a Canadian from South Park or something. Like just
I think you
the
watch,
jaw in the face.
do you guys ever watch Teen Titans Go? Stupid fucking show on like Cartoon Network or whatever. Just looks like he's just got this weird. He looks like a weird drawing of him.
Okay,
Like he looks like so if somebody. Yeah, he looks like somebody like he went to the fair and somebody drew a picture of Tom Brady. Like that's what he looks like now.
Yeah, fillers and Botox, right? It's
Yeah.
doesn't always do good. Yeah, so after a while, some men will look like older lesbians, and he's just going to be at that stage soon. But I don't know. I love that this is a weird.
Look at Johnny and like look at Johnny Resnick and John Bon Jovi and
yeah,
John Mellencamp.
all the Johns.
Yeah.
You're like Peter from Peter, Paul and Mary, like so many.
Asshole.
So we're doing
I beef
everything.
with them.
This is my segment where we do pop culture, and something very fun came out. Our 2025 Rock and Roll inductee nominees came out. I don't know if you guys checked the list or if you heard any of them. I'm gonna read out a few, and we're just gonna see if you agree or disagree. Again, this is the nominations; it's not the actual inducted list. Okay, so we've got Bad Company. It's their first time being nominated. The Black Crowes, first time. Mariah Carey's on the list. Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, Joy Division / New Order, Cyndi Lauper, Mana, Oasis, Outcast Fish, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. Anything pop out to you guys? Anything kind of odd or?
Yeah, Mariah Carey just doesn't fit the bill for me. Like, it's not even like because I understand like the Dr. Dre's and stuff like that. Like, I understand that, but like, pop is pop, and Mariah Carey has never done anything like she's a songwriter, which she gets credit for that, but they have a Songwriters Hall of Fame.
But if she's I get it. So you're saying rock and roll versus pop, basically?
Yes. Yeah, there's nothing rock and roll about like
but there's two
starlet whatsoever.
Aren't there plenty of just pop stars though in it? I mean, am I wrong on that? I'm not very.
You mean like Elvis?
No, because he's
he's not. Elvis is Justin Bieber, 1958. Like, it's write a song and you can be the king. As far as I'm concerned, let's get into it, baby.
And I knew you would be.
Elvis sucks. No, no, I think Cyndi Lauper's cool. I think Joy Division. I think they should be in.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that Billy Idol isn't. I think it's crazy that Joe Cocker isn't.
I think Cocker and Idol for sure. Cyndi Lauper, like, whatever. We're probably right at that age of like where she was.
Dude, it was
where we
hit
were,
after hit after hit
but,
when I was a kid.
I
man.
mean,
like, it was...
so I'll compare it to like being a wrestling fan. I mean, she was at WrestleMania 2 and 3 because she was like such a big star that they brought her in to like bring people into wrestling back then. She was like a huge thing back then. So I think all three of the names that you said, I disagree with you about Mariah Carey, but I don't really understand how many I feel like there's other pop stars in there. And if I'm wrong by that, then okay, I'll listen to your thing. But if we're just talking about like, it's become just like best musicians, I want it to be like, I complain about how the NFL Hall of Fame works. And I'm so glad we didn't talk about this, but I'll just throw this in there. So glad Eli Manning didn't make it just because the NFL Hall of Fame is becoming the hall of like very good. I don't want that. I want the best, but like, I think Mariah Carey had obviously some of the best songs in the world at certain times. She has the best Christmas song of all time, obviously. And, all that outside of that with the names, Chubby Checker, right? Like, I feel like Chubby Checker had
he should be in legacy wise. I mean, he was definitely more blues, you know what I mean? And like R&B, but still it's Chubby Checker. Like, that's the twist.
Yeah.
I just have to laugh about Cyndi Lauper because Cyndi Lauper, she might have had a lot of hits. I don't know because I missed that. But her career, I feel like she's like Shaq on the Celtics because the last time I heard her was the New Year's thing a couple of years ago, and my God, she does not still have it. So I don't know. She might have had it at some point, but that I had just had a real. I was like, oh my gosh, she cannot sing.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know if she ever was. Yeah, she had. I mean, because she's before auto tune. I mean, some of her
Dude,
songs.
Time After Time, True Colors. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. So,
those are good songs. Yeah.
Well,
Allie.
Mariah Carey.
I will die on the Cyndi Lauper hill. I will burn the face.
I'm
of the
pro
ground.
Cyndi Lauper too. I mean, she's just a legend. But Mariah Carey did make a underground alternative album called Chick in the 90s, and she covered Prince and she did other stuff. But she also did a lot of solo. Are you putting your? Oh.
I'm just trying to figure out if I have any more in there or if I'm just sucking on air. I do that for about every time I finish a pen. I literally do that for about a day and a half where I'm just sucking on smoke.
Like if it was a bowl, you'd just be hitting on res for 2 days without realizing. Like,
I just want to see him doing that video of me being like butthole cannon, and then see how many times you were taking a hit of your vape pen.
I think it was shit cannon, by the way, but
oh yeah, what was it? Oh shit, very fun. That's fun.
Wait, you're the music person on this podcast, and you did not give your opinion.
Okay, so looking at it, I love Joy Division, New Order. I've seen. I'm going to see. They're doing a Joy Division little tour coming up, and I'm going in May. I saw them with the London Symphony Orchestra in London. I love that. I love Oasis. I think Soundgarden deserves to be on there. I think the White Stripes is just. I love what Jack White has done in the last 20 years. I mean, I think that band should be honored. It's weird when it feels so contemporary though, and then they're being honored for such a legendary award. That to me is always kind of odd. But yeah, Billy Idol, it's kind of wild what people have done in pop culture, and
yeah. I mean, Bad Company, like who went to bat for Bad Company? I think you should be disqualified for having a song and an album named after the band. I think you should be out.
That's an amazing point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take off Bad Company, and
Bad Company's out. Mariah's back in. I think she's got more of a right to be up there. At least she was in Glitter.
Yes, which and what's the other one with Precious? Precious? That's the movie, right?
Precious, based on an album Push by Sapphire.
Yes. She's also in Precious, which she was terrible in. She was better in Glitter. Glitter holds up more. But also, looking at the list, it's interesting that Fish is on here because Grateful Dead has made it in, correct?
Yeah.
Grateful Dead did, Dave Matthews did a year ago. So they're now these like the jam bands are kind of coming in more.
Which they have everywhere. You know what I mean? They've changed a lot of like.
Yeah.
They've definitely marched to their own fucking. You know what I mean? They haven't like given in at all. I just feel like Fish should be allowed in, but like their fans shouldn't be allowed to enjoy it.
Their fans won't go to the celebration. They're like, nah. Yeah. I've got 17 shows I need to go to this year, starring Fish, so I can't make 18.
The only bright spot is when they perform at the induction. Like they're only going to get to play like the song in its entirety. Like they're not going to get to do a 48-minute fucking version of the song.
What celebrity or musician is covering the Fish song?
Somebody who's obviously an asshole.
Yeah, Blake Lively.
Yeah, somebody who's just like awful.
So good. So anyway, that is
like fun. Josh Duhamel or something. You know, like it's just
Josh Groban covering Fish.
Ill.
Josh Groban covering Josh Duvernay covering Fish. That's what I
Noah
want.
Kahan.
Listen, don't fuck around with Noah. I got in a fight about Noah Kahan today. I sent a music festival to our friends Kyle and Jesse that I want to go to.
No one wants to go to Maryland, man. Like
that's it. It's in Ocean City. And okay, you're gonna come?
Sure.
Or were you standing next to Kyle?
I'll travel
yes,
for
Weezer
Weezer.
was there. Yes, Weezer's there too.
I looked at the concert. I know.
Okay,
I know.
were you
dude,
standing next to Kyle when I sent it, and you guys?
No, I
mocked me
just
for
saw
that?
it today. No, I would go to that. Green Day's on that too, I
All
think.
right, well then, fuck them. You and I are going. Yeah,
I'm waiting to see what Riot Fest is before I make any decisions.
I sent them. I asked them for
It's
their
like
top
20-year
5
anniversary,
list.
and
you saw the names like Good Charlotte, Green Day, Weezer, Noah Kahan, Big Black Crows, a bunch of names. And I sent them, I go, who would be your top 5, out of this list of them? And neither of them had Noah Kahan in their top 5, and fuck them. They're just trying to be cool. Noah Kahan's the shit.
I saw him in Boston. He was like, people really liked him.
You don't?
No, I mean, he's fine. He's not my style of music for the most part. Like, he's good at what he does. Like he just writes good music with good lyrics. Like, what more can you ask for in an artist?
All right.
This is a boring podcast.
Yeah, I know. We're talking so much about non-football.
Back to sports. All right, so I guess we should talk about sports now, right? Let's.
Big Black Crows. I didn't say Big Black Crows, did I?
Oh, you did. That might be the next delicious.
I'll edit that later. All right. So I spent a lot of time on this. Let's see if I can pull this up. But I did this really cool graphic that I went to share today, and it's really
and while Louis is finding it, I just want to point out, if you are watching, we have this lovely QR code on the corner, which you can scan, and it goes right to our YouTube page if you are interested in watching past episodes of Analytics for the Nerds.
All right. Everybody see this? Beautiful. Look at that. I got a dancing Baker Mayfield. I got a dancing Josh there.
Explain to the audio listeners what you just pulled.
Yeah. So we're going to try to figure out the QB carousel. Who's going to be starting week 1 in 2025? Obviously important for fantasy stuff, but also just NFL fandom. I'm going to run through the guys that I have as set starters, and Ryan, Rick, if either of you have a problem with any of those guys as a set starter, let me know. But I think I've even been conservative with this list. So Kyle Murray, Michael Penix Jr., Lamar, Josh Allen, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Bo Nix, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Tua, and Trevor Lawrence. I think all are guaranteed jobs, at least for week 1 next year. Any arguments?
Nope.
Okay. Now comes the 11, the 11 that I'm most questioned about. I put out a tweet yesterday, the expectations I have, but let's just kind of work together here through the group, and we'll see what kind of stuff we come to. Now, there's 2 that I think are on this list that are pretty obvious, but I didn't think they were slam dunks, so I left them off. And that is, I think Indy should stick with Anthony Richardson, even though they're talking a big game of having some competition there. I still think that it makes no sense to move on from him as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of where I'm sticking. But do you guys think that that's a little bit more questionable than I'm making it out? Or
no, I think it's probably 80-20 right now. Richardson to somebody else. I think the biggest threat to Richardson right now would be somebody like Fields coming in, similar play style, and let's say he plays better than him in training camp and they give him the job. I think that could happen. Less than that, if they bring in just a journeyman or, a backup type, even like a Jameis Winston, I couldn't see them really doing that though.
Aaron Rodgers. Because the owner's a lunatic, and when the owner's a lunatic, you never know what's going to happen.
You're 100%. They did. It could have just been a fake Twitter thing or whatever, but I did see that there's a billboard from the Colts. And again, it could have been made up, but I saw something on Twitter today that said, we are not getting Aaron Rodgers, the Colts or whatever. But again, I totally,
Dude, you're saying Rodgers have probably done ayahuasca together.
Yeah.
This
week,
they probably,
this
yeah,
week.
no, they're probably like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you're free agent,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm not. That's you got me a little bit there. I'm gonna stick with A-Rich as my gut, but I think you're right, Ryan. And honestly, I would probably push more than like 90%, 10%, but maybe that's the 10%, right? Like maybe it's one of these 1 year guys that they make him sit one more year, which is so stupid. But I mean, they did it with Flacco, so who knows? But like a Rodgers for 1 year, or even like a Kirk Cousins for 1 year, I still think it makes too much sense to stick with them. But that's where we're going there. So I'll say A-Rich stays there. The other two that I think are I'm pretty confident on is I think Seattle sticks with Geno Smith, and I was really against that for a little bit, but I don't think that they have their job, their coach has some job security. He's signed for a lot of money, even though they could get out of it. They can get out of it and save some loot. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for them, especially with the quarterback class. If they don't really believe in him, let them have a down year and go get your quarterback of the future next year. And he's got good, a good rapport with JSN and DK. He's shown to put them both with monster years. I think he gets one more year. Any kickback on that?
No, I agree. I think in the game of musical chairs, this carousel, I think they're just, running out of quarterback options. And at the end of the day, they're going to look and see Geno's very likely their best option with everything else that's out there. So, yeah, I would expect him back too.
Rick, any thoughts on that? Geno?
I think he... No.
Okay.
I don't.
You were really trying that. I know it's what
And
he's
that's
I was
the
searching for
loser.
something. I'm like, man, I can't. It doesn't make any sense because he's the most least likely. Like, if you would have said like 6 years ago that Geno Smith is going to be a relevant player in any team anywhere, even in the CFL, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And
But he's
Seattle, he's made Seattle like a conversation piece since he's taken the helm, and
yeah,
I think he could be well suited in a team that has a rookie.
That's the thing. Maybe like a late round or late first, or maybe Dort in the second round or something. They get like one of those top 4 or 5 guys and they let him work underneath Geno for a year. But
Yeah.
I think he starts there week 1. For time's sake here, I'm going to run through what I think pretty quickly with these other spots. And then if you guys got like 1 or 2 major points to kick back on me, we'll give you that time. But I want to move on here to our draft. So, and I will. So the Jets, I got Justin Fields, and I think that that's really starting to pick up some steam. Rodgers, the whole thing with him seems weird. I don't think that the coach wants him there. I don't think Glenn wants him there. I think that was part of the reason why they came out and said he couldn't do the Pat McAfee thing, is just because he knows that he's a bonehead and won't agree to that and just kind of wants to force him out. I don't think that they could get up to get one of the great quarterbacks, but also I don't know if they feel that way. I think Justin Fields is the perfect guy for them because he's young enough to still be good. And, it's not like I know Cousins is in the rumor mill, but isn't Cousins just Rodgers again for them? Isn't he just another stopgap guy? I think they want to go some youth and some upside. I got him going Fields. Cleveland. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I will. So I'm just going to finish this. Cleveland, I got Kirk Cousins going there. Stefanski. Him and Stefanski had a huge success in Minnesota some years ago. Maybe that's a reunion. Pittsburgh's the spot I ended up on for Rodgers. I know a lot of people are saying Fields or Wilson stay in Pittsburgh. I don't think that they want Wilson. I don't think that they would mind holding on the Fields, but I think Fields might leave for a better opportunity. Rodgers just seems like Tomlin seems like the guy that Rodgers could convince, like, hey man, I got you. Like I just feel like he's the only guy. Like I think Rodgers might have to retire because of lack of interest. I do think Pittsburgh's one of those teams that would buy into him. Tennessee is the team that I have drafting Cam Ward first overall. I have the Raiders getting Sanders kid at 6 overall after falling a little bit, and he'd be starting there. Here's my biggest surprise. I have Stafford going to the Giants. I think if you're the Giants and you have, you're giving these guys Dable and Shane another year, and it's kind of like a win now thing. I cannot see them going young. And even though they have the top pick, I can't see them going young here. So I think they're going to want to go veteran. There's not a lot of options that I think are better. I think Stafford's like the best like win now thing. And there's the reports that Rams might want to get out from under that. So I love that. Minnesota, I got them sticking with J.J. McCarthy. I think Darnold moves on. I got Darnold actually replacing Stafford with the Rams. And then my biggest, I guess I said Stafford's my biggest surprise, but I like this one. I got New Orleans bringing in Kenny Pickett. He just was there with Kellen Moore was just with the Eagles and worked with Pickett. I think Pickett's better than what he's got a fair share of. I think the Saints suck. And so, there's really nothing else there. I think that they can bring in Pickett and then maybe draft a guy or maybe even bring in a veteran to compete with him. But Kenny Pickett's the one that I think has end up there. Rick, go first because I see Ryan already nodding his head with any thoughts of the things I've said.
Oh, for the record, I'm shaking my head, not nodding my head. But
Sherman also feeling the same way, I think.
All of my opinions are Aaron Rodgers-based opinions. I could see him hopping right over to the Giants.
Yeah.
Just like skipping over town. He doesn't have to move too much. He doesn't like a hassle. So he just wants to slide over, and they're looking for this is 100% Dable's last chance. It should have been this year, if not even maybe last year. He's fucking, it's empty, Lou. We already talked about this. Damn. But or I could see Tom Brady wanting to work with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. That's
and
not
talking him into coming to the Raiders to mentor a rookie that was going to start like somebody like Sanders' kid to have Sanders' kid start week 2 or year 2. You know what I mean? Work with Aaron Rodgers for a year.
Do you think the ego would allow it though?
No, but Jameis Winston's could, and I think he would be a good pick for the Raiders to mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I want him so badly to just be, and I couldn't find a spot for him, but I want him to be a starter somewhere. So he's so great for the game. He is.
I want the Bills to get him as a backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love the Winston, but I would love for him to start somewhere because his personality. He made that Super Bowl shit interesting, and that's all I'm gonna say.
100%. Rye.
Yeah, I like what your thoughts are with the Raiders. I think they're a really important team, important domino to fall because if they go rookie, I think their options are wide open at this point. I could also see Sanders falling. You already see the reports now coming out about his dad and that potentially causing teams to have concerns. Who knows if it'll come true on draft day or not? But I have to the one comment I will make is with this Kenny Pickett thing. It's like every year you fall in love with just an objectively shitty quarterback. And last year it's Daniel Jones. This year apparently it's Kenny Pickett. Do not go.
Remember last year was Sam Darnold. Let's not forget about Sam Darnold.
I know, but you also were standing for Daniel Jones way after his time had come and gone. And you also remember in one of our leagues had tried to trade me because I had Jalen Hurts and you tried to trade me Pickett and you know it's for some insurance. You remember what I told you? I said if I'm in a position where I need to start Kenny Pickett, I'll just kill myself. So I'm not ever going to start Kenny Pickett.
If you or anyone else you know is considering suicide, call the suicide hotline.
Yes.
All right. Let's go into our draft. We'll talk more about the QB carousel and more in depth another week. Before you introduce what we're drafting, Allie, I want to two things. We had to skip a segment this week. We'll be doing a new segment, flavor of the week, starting next week, where Ryan talks about a rookie that he's feeling really excited about for that week, and I will talk about whatever girl I tried to hit on that rejected me that week. I had a story ready, but we don't have the time. And then we'll do another thing that I wanted to start here soon, and I would like your idea about it, Rick, too, is drafting an ultimate team for all 32 teams. So we can start doing like one round a show or something, starting going in. You get to pick any player in their prime in the Super Bowl era. So, you know, quarterback, running back, whatever they were, they're on their finest day. That's who you get. And how would current GMs build that team? I think the thought process on that's great. I think you and I could have a lot of fun with that over the next few months, Ryan. So we'll talk more about the idea, but I think it would be great. Let me just ask this question. For the first 10 picks, quarterback, you think, in a draft like that? A reset draft, like just everybody's available. I'm talking Joe Montana, Tom Brady, everybody in their prime. I would say probably the top 10 are quarterbacks. And who's your 1-1? Is it Tom Brady? Is it Manning?
Boomer Esiason.
What'd you say?
Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, it's got to be Brady, right?
Just Tom Brady. If we're playing,
yeah,
I think so.
Too many big games. Yeah, I mean that's.
No, he's the guy. If he's got the ball in his hand, it's not impossible. No matter what the score was, you know what I mean. If there's 7 minutes of football left and you have 3 touchdowns, like you're still like, okay, well, how was he gonna win? He was Tom Brady's
8-3 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, for sure. All right. You want to explain our draft, Allie?
Yes. In honor of Saturday Night Live celebrating their 50th anniversary this week, we are going to draft our favorite SNL characters.
All right. I have the draft order here. Ryan never hits the 1. Rick 2, me 3, and Allie, you have 4 and 5. So go ahead.
All right, with the first pick in the SNL character draft, I'm going to take Norm Macdonald in the Weekend Update. I feel like it's just so worthy, and you could do the Burt Reynolds, character as well. But I needed Norm, and this is the most. I think the classic Norm is just the Weekend Update anchor. So I'm going to take that first pick.
I like that.
Good pick.
Rick,
it's me. I gotta go. I put some thought into this. Like once you said what the topic was, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in." Dude, I'm going. My pick is Garth Elgar. It would have been no matter what. Right? It's it, Garth, man.
Is my pick. I think personally, you can take them both. I let's have that rule going forward. I mean, I know take Wayne's World as I know we're doing character. But I do feel like there's.
What if I don't want Wayne? Like what? I just like.
I was waiting for Halloween this past year.
You keep that skit would suck.
I was waiting for Halloween this year.
Were you? That's so cool though. Yeah. But no, I'll take both. But if I had to pick between Wayne and Garth, I'm going Garth. So that's why I went Garth.
Louis going Wayne.
No. I had this was my number 1. I'm probably could have got him much later because I don't think everybody loves the skit like I do, but it was my favorite of all time. I'm going the ladies man. Ladies man, Leon Phelps. I went around, I mean, I can't tell you, quoting him for years, and he is my inspiration on all dates still. And the ladies' man is the
I love Tim Meadows so fucking much. So yeah, hell yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I'm not joking. There was a couple weeks I think I went with literally drinking Cavassier only because the skits, and I was like, you shouldn't be doing this, dude. Like I was just like I hated it. Yeah, ladies'
That's
man.
why everybody hates you. When they first meet you, it's because you were drinking a fucking snifter of Cavassier, and you're like, "Hello there." It's like, "Oh, who the fuck is this guy in Zubas and Crocs at the bar?"
Allie, you got two.
So mine, I was a big mid-90s SNL person, and one that I always loved is my number one, and it's Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. And there's nothing better than like an inspirational quote, just making fun of you. And I love that. My number two is going to be the Jeopardy Sean Connery.
That's good too.
I mean, it was an amazing bit. It just, the misrepresentation of words was fantastic, but fantastic. And just shows how great Will Ferrell is.
Yeah, that's so good.
What's Don?
No. What was his name? The dude that did Sean Connery. No.
Oh, Sean Connery was the announcer now.
Hammond.
Yeah.
John Hammond. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sick, everyone. I don't feel good. But those are my first two. Sean Connery.
I think they're both great. I kind of have to play the board a little bit. This is not my number two, but I feel like it would be higher up with you guys, so I got to do it here. Is Debbie Downer. It's such a good, and it's just the best thing. And I've been watching a lot of the old stuff with the whole anniversary coming and just like whatever, and all the documentaries, and watching the documentary recently about like how she broke the other characters so bad during those skits is the best thing about them. Like, you know, she was great.
That's the best era. Like that era was so fucking good. Like,
so
I mean, I can't say the best, but then I watch like older stuff and I'm like, this is the best era. And then I watch,
for Debbie sure. I think that was the best era. I really do. I think it's getting really good again. I just think comedy is like on a big, upswing. And I think the people on it are very talented.
Maybe SNL comedy in itself. Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever. It's getting popular.
Let's have Louis go to one of our weekend shows out in the middle of some forest that we go to.
I'm up.
I'm going. Debbie Downer. Go ahead. You're up.
I'm gonna go with the Scoutmaster, Alec Baldwin.
I don't know if I have that.
Oh, that sketch with Adam Sandler where Alec Baldwin plays the Scoutmaster. Like it's so fucking good.
I don't think I have it. I'll have to look that one up. I believe everything you say about funniness, so I will look it up.
It's so good.
Right, too.
All right. So for two, I'm gonna go. I'm more like into the people, I guess, as opposed to the characters. So it's hard for me to. I wanted Chris Farley on my team for in some way. So I guess you could say like the Chippendales or personally though, I like when it's the just a skit where he gets the decaf coffee, and he flips out because he was lied to. So I guess that's going to be my pick. Then after that, I'm going to go with Andy Samberg and Lonely Island. So I thought those were pretty funny. So
yeah, those are really good skits. Rick again.
Oh, back to me. I was gonna say Kristen Wiig, Target Lady.
Oh, that's great.
That's that one. I can especially if we're gonna pick like an asterisk for a certain one. It's like the one with Justin Timberlake as Peg, but it's like like that is like I can watch that and it will make me laugh the 100th time I've seen it. Like it's so good and that character is so funny and Kristen Wiig is just a fucking treasure.
Yeah. She might be my favorite character of all, like my favorite actress on that show of all time. Like my favorite.
Yeah,
where
no.
she's so excited too. That was
like,
great. Yeah, she can't contain it. Yeah, it's so good.
This is another one that I'm sure probably isn't on any of your lists, but I legit seek it out still, like when I'm in a bad mood to watch these skits, and it's Dunice. And she's got like the really small hand, and like they always do like some kind of like
I like can I touch?
Jeez, it is. I just cry every time, and I do need. She just shows up. She's got the big forehead, the whole like the one. I love it. So I'm gonna get her and be very happy. And Allie, you're third and fourth.
Yes. Number 3 is Stefan.
Oh, that's great.
Stefan, yeah, so good.
So good. Bill Hader, brilliant. And then another oldie but a goodie is the ambiguously gay duo.
Oh, fuck, so funny.
So
that
good.
is really funny. That is good. And they
was
were
that
even.
Smigel, yeah.
I thought I did well on my list, and I did not even have that on there, and that deserves it for sure. Man, I'm getting my top 4 here, and again, I just feel like it's a personal preference thing, but Penelope, the one-upper, again, is just so great. When it, like she always is one-upping. The actress is great. The skits were always funny and on point. Yeah, I gotta have Penelope on my squad. Rick, for your last.
I'm looking it up right now. I was gonna go with what the fuck's his name on there? I know, like, listen, it's What's Up With That with Kenan Thompson.
Oh yes,
yes, that was on my list. Yeah,
but like specifically, it's Vance the tracksuit guy with Jason Sudeikis.
Oh,
like he's the fucking like his Jason Sudeikis. I mean, What's Up With That is such a good sketch.
Really?
Like it's such a good sketch.
Yeah.
But Jason Sudeikis on it, like the way he plays it fucking straight. He keeps his face straight, just doing the fucking Running Man hard. Like, and he hits his marks hard and doesn't stop every time.
It's so good. Did you ever see the one that they did like during COVID, and they did it like on a they started doing them like on a Zoom calls? It's so, again, that's a top 10 skit. It was up there for me.
You're my doorman for the last 40 years. You've met all 3 of my kids. What's my name?
Yeah.
So
Rye, last pick.
Ryan.
All right, last pick. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to pick.
You cheat all the time.
I do.
Yeah,
I cheat.
this is the old. None of them have actually been picked that count.
Yeah, right. I'm going to take Will Ferrell's audition tape for SNL, which is him pretending to be a cat. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's great. It's so good.
I have. It is really good.
It is great,
dude. I
it's
love
great.
all the SNL shit that's been on lately. Like the music one was fucking. The music one was so good. I didn't want it to end.
It was like Girl Talk. It was like basically a Girl Talk video. It was just they kept that one where they're blending everything.
Oh yeah. I was like, who did this? Of course it was fucking like. Of course it was The Roots. Like it was fucking. It was Questlove. He did that whole opening sequence was Questlove. And like, as soon as I saw who did it, I was like, of course he did. He's a fucking like a genius.
The Netflix movie was great and awesomely cast. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
It's fucking outstanding.
So great. And they casted it so
Simmons,
well.
Amazing as always.
Yeah, it was honestly.
I want that to be his actual dick. So in my head, it is like
I'm really, really excited about Sunday. Like I think Sunday is going to be super fun. Just a couple ones that I off of my list. The Spartan cheerleaders were pretty high up there. I thought one of you guys might have grabbed them. The Burt Reynolds, I know that Ryan picked like 7 things each time.
He picked all Norm Macdonald, the entire 1992 to 1998 cast run.
Miss Rafferty, the Close Encounters one, where it's where she breaks like everybody when that is so funny.
Dude, what's her name right now? Help me, my brain's broken.
Not Wig, it's the other one.
She's blonde and hilarious.
I keep talking, guys. We're but go on. What are other ones?
Linda Richmond, the Beer super fans, Mary Catherine Gallagher, Two Wild and Crazy Guys, Matt Foley,
So all of them of all time. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a couple honorable mentions, Rick. That's what we do here on
I know.
Analytics.
This is only the second time I've listened, and that's because I listened to the other one I was on too.
It was Kate McKinnon. Did you finish? Did you pick your last one yet?
Oh yeah. We all
Ryan?
picked it. Yeah,
Okay.
Ryan picked this one.
Ryan picked the entire '90s cast.
Also, Rick, this is your third
and
time
2
on the show,
seasons of
by
In
the way.
Living Color.
Yeah, I'm about to win this draft. No questions asked.
You also forgot Hollywood Minute, Gap Girls, obviously. Shy Ronnie is one of the really amazing ones.
Oh,
Keith
Shy
Morrison with Bill Hader that brought back
Yeah.
Dateline. The My Lava and I with Rachel Dratch and Will Ferrell.
The
Cars and
Californians.
Cat are really great. That's a good bit to do with Friends if you ever wanted to complete a state. No, you guys won't do it with me. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know what you were fishing.
I was gonna do
Kristen Wiig and Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen.
And then we go,
Oh,
yeah, then
that's so
we
good.
sing the songs together, and
And they
and they
we go
would
and
break.
sing it, and
That's
then we
good.
go and do it.
and stuff.
Do it with Wonderwall right now.
To die is gonna be. Okay, I'll stop.
But they gotta throw it back to you.
By the way, are you going to any Oasis this summer?
No, anything that sells out like crazy asshole, like I just don't want to do it. Like I just stop being like once things are selling out in 13 seconds and like bots are taking over the internet. Like I just don't care.
Oh, see, that's
I'm
my
jaded.
what's that Black Magic? What is that show? Black
Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's like my Black Mirror. I'm like, I must defeat the bot, like, and I have to do it. So yeah.
No, like I tried to get a lotto and I didn't get a lottery, and then a friend of mine, she got the lottery, and she was like 43,000. Even though, like, and she got the lottery, and she was 43,000.
Yeah.
Like,
Guess who is going? Allie. Shocker,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm doing Toronto.
Awesome. I figured with you it'd be like Manchester. That's why I was waiting for it.
I wanted to. So I was in London. I hate me. I'm so sorry, everyone. I was in London when they first released the tickets, and I think they blacked out. Like I wasn't able to even get in the lottery because they were like, "Oh, you're an American."
That makes sense.
I would have.
We had that coming.
I know.
That's on us. We got to eat that one.
We got what we deserved.
Yeah, we got to eat that one. That's on us.
But, thank you everyone for listening and joining in. We are Analytics for the Nerds. Thank you, Rick Matthews, for joining us this week. I think there might be an announcement coming up soon, and no more football for a while. So we're just gonna keep talking about what's gonna happen in the summer, and we're excited.
I think it's fly when girls walk by for the summer.
I can keep going, but thank you everyone. We'll see you next week.